prepare and standardize the HCl and NaOH solution. Second is to determine the concentration of the prepared solution.
Apparatus, glass rod, oven, hot plate, analytical balance, burette, pipette, conical flask, volumetric flask. Chemical, potassium hydrogen phthalate, distilled water, sodium hydroxide, sodium carbonate, hydrochloric acid, methyl red indicator.
Introduction Part A. Standardizations of HCl solution. Non-primary standard using sodium carbonate as a primary standard. The process by which the concentrations of chemical species is determined is known as standardization. A primary standard solution is one whose concentration is known. For example, to standardize the hydrochloric acid solution, the solution must carefully measure the known quantity, called an aliquot, and neutralize that aliquot with a known concentration solutions of sodium carbonate. Adding a few drops of an indicator such as methyl red to the solution provided as a visual indication when an equivalence point is reached, the standard solution has been added to the unknown solution to neutralize it easily.
Method for Part A, standardization of HCl solution, non-primary standard using sodium carbonate as a primary standard. For the first step, around 1.3 gram of primary standard sodium carbonate was weighed into a 250 ml volumetric flask. About 100 ml of distilled water was added and shook until dissolved. The volume of distilled water was topped up to the mark and shook until sodium carbonate completely dissolved. For the second step, 25 ml of this Na2CO3 solution was pipetted into a 250 ml conical flask. 2 to 3 drops of methyl red was added and it was titrated with HCl solution to be standardized until the solution turns brown red. For the third step, the solution was boiled for 30 seconds and the color of the solution observed should turn to yellow. The solution was cooled and the solution was titrated again until the red color appeared. For the last step, the solution continued to boil and if the yellow color returned, the above procedure was repeated. The titration is complete when the red color is persistent.
Introduction Part B. Standardization of approximately 0.1 molar sodium hydroxide using an organic acid salt as a primary standard. Sodium hydroxide is a deliquescent solid which absorbs moisture from the atmosphere. It cannot be weighed accurately, therefore, it is not possible to prepare a standard solution of sodium hydroxide of accurately known concentration by weighing sodium hydroxide. A sodium hydroxide solution of approximate concentration 0.1 molar is to be prepared. It is then standardized by titrating it against an accurately weighed sample of potassium hydrogen phthalate, which is a primary standard, and an analytical reagent. By utilizing sodium hydroxide, titration can be performed using phenolphthalein or thiamine acid indicators.
2.04 gram potassium hydrogen hydroxide was weighed and put into a 100 ml volumetric flask. Distilled water to dissolve the solid was added. The solution was made up to 100 ml to the mark on volumetric flask. 100 ml of this solution was pipetted into conical flask. Two to 3 drops of phenolphthalein or thymer blue indicator was added and was titrated with sodium hydroxide solution 0.1 molar that contained in a burette. Method was repeated 3 times.